What is going on, everybody? This is Adi here, and you're watching Cool and Tech. Welcome to your very first C++ programming tutorial. And in this video, I'm going to give you an overview what exactly is C++ and why do we even study it. It's going to be kind of a philosophy lecture, not a history lecture. So, if you want to skip this and directly go to the coding, then you can check out my second tutorial on C++ programming. So, getting on to the point, what is exactly C++? C++ is a high-level programming language. Now, most people have misconception that high-level means it'll be very difficult. It's for the developers. It's not for us. No, it's not like that. Let me explain it. So basically, there are two kinds of programming languages, which are the high-level language and the low-level language. So what is exactly a low-level language? So if you ever wondered, the computer works in electricity. So the input is in electricity, and it kind of takes in, like, it understands if it's high voltage and low voltage. So it just understands high voltage and low voltage. To make this simpler, it understands on and off, and we all know that on has a value of 1 and off has a value of 0. So the computer understands the binary language, which is 1 and 0. But if you try to write, I'll show that later, but if you try to write in binary language, it's going to be kind of big. So what are exactly high-level languages and why are they used? High-level language, if you want to define them in the simplest way, then high-level language are the languages which are easier for human to understand. They contain English words such as if, else, and all of that stuff. So that makes it very easy to study and understand. Now, let me give you an example why I was telling you that low-level languages are kind of complicated. So this is a binary language where you can see that 25 is written in the binary. So if you press 25 on your keyboard, this will be interpreted as 11001. Imagine if 25 is so long, then how big would be a proper code of such as 4 pages or something? You can write a whole encyclopedia on ones and zeros. That is why we will not be using the low-level language, but we will be using the high-level language. So the thing is, we know high-level language, or we are studying the high-level language, but we know them, but we do not know the low-level language. Then who's there to fill a gap in between? So here is the part of the compiler. So let me explain this by giving an example. Now, imagine that you went to a foreign country and you don't know their language, their speaking language, and what would you do then if you don't know that? The best option is to find an interpreter who would interpret your language, English language, into the foreign language and make them understand. That is what is the role of the compiler. The compiler converts the high-level language, that is a code which we write, into the binary language in just seconds of time. It's so fast, it'll be very easy to convert. So it also has many functions, such as it finds the error in the code at one go. Can you believe it? It'll just read the code at one go. However big it may be, it'll just find the error and easily display it, and it'll even display the line number, and we can easily modify it. And it makes the programming extremely easy. Now, as I had already told you, it's very fast and it goes very fast. Earlier we used to have interpreters, as I told you, but now we have compilers. Now there are also new compilers which are even faster than the old compilers, and pretty much we use the compilers now. So yeah, you must remember this note over here that compiler reads the code from top to bottom. So this is very important. So if you imagine this as a notepad, and if you're writing a code, then the compiler will read it top to bottom. It would not read anything from the bottom to top. So if you write anything down below, then you have to mention it, where you start the code. I'll teach you everything. So getting onto the point, compiler reads the code from top to bottom. Always remember this, then you will never have an error in the programming language. So stay tuned for the second video where I tell you how to download the new compiler. Of course, we will be writing in code blocks. That is the new compiler, not in the Visual C++ because it's kind of old. I'll even make a comparison video, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks for watching.